Today, we are honored to welcome the 2020 CEO of the Year, Mr. John Sicard, Chief Executive Officer of Kinaxis, for an interactive leadership discussion. John has spent over 23 years building a number of key functional areas at Kinaxis, having started as a key contributor to the architecture and development of Kinaxis supply chain management solutions in early 1994. He soon went on to hold senior management roles in development, professional services, business consulting, sales, marketing, customer support, and product life cycle.
John, if you can, we'd like you to reflect on your success for a few minutes, and specifically what the personal attributes are that you think have led to your success.
I'm an extremely curious person, and so when there's challenge, I tend to lean in. The other thing I think is really important, and I think this is important just in general for career development, is to derive your energy from others. There's a reason why communities are always stronger than individuals, and at Kinaxis we always say stronger together. I enjoy a stage. I enjoy performance, and whether in music performance, you're there to entertain, and you hope that you hope that the energy you're spending behind your instrument is entertaining individuals in front of you. You're at their service, right? It's the service of entertainment. In business, it's the service of value. And so I really, really enjoy having conversations with practitioners about the art of the possible. Again, I thrive in conversations like that. Any conversation you have, any debate you have for that matter, is an opportunity to learn and teach simultaneously. Both are incredibly valuable.
And my question for you is actually about the students. What career advice would you share with them? And related to that, what is Kinaxis looking for in new hires?
Yeah, so I have a couple of thoughts there. I shared a little bit earlier when I said, when you stop learning, you start dying. And so you should forever be a student. So I would tell you, be a lifelong learner, but I'll tell you what happens after you leave university. When you're in university, you're in an environment where teachers are paid to teach you. And so the environment's very conducive for that relationship to happen, the teacher-student relationship. In the real world, no one is ever paid to necessarily teach you something. And I've come to realize, even in my own career, that when someone teaches me anything, it's a kindness. That's how I think about it. It's a kindness that they afford me. And so I always take time to thank them. Be an appreciative student, not just a student, be an appreciative student. And secondly, be a generous teacher, because everything, you're always going to encounter people that don't know what you know. And I think humanity progresses because of generous teachers. Everything I've ever come to learn has been through the generosity of someone else. That's how I think. And so that's, I think, a really important lesson.
Can you please tell us about a couple of personal or professional experiences that you think have really shaped your character as a leader?
Okay, so probably the first one, I guess this would have been 1995. I almost lost my son. I learned then that nothing that happens at work can be anywhere near as important than what happens at home. I also learned a lesson when it's one of failure, where I completely convinced myself of a particular strategy, and I wouldn't take no for an answer. I learned then how easy it is to forget how to learn from others. you know, I was in a position of authority, and so, you know, this would have been about, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, but, and I was pushing a thesis and pushing pushing an opinion and pushing an initiative that now I realize was doomed to fail, but I couldn't see it then, and I wouldn't listen to anyone else. There's an arrogance to that. It's one of those human conditions that you can fall into.
What part of corporate culture makes Kinaxis so successful?
Yeah, I think it's, you know, the anchor point for sure. People matter here, and you know, there are certain words you're never going to hear, certain phrases you never hear at Kinaxis. One of them is, "That's not my job." You just don't hear that. Just doesn't happen. You know, I think the other thing that, you know, you see at Kinaxis is that there's a unity behind you know, what Simon Sinek might call a just cause. You know, what's your why? There's a unity around it, and people all know why we do what we do. You know, we spend an awful lot of time communicating that. Okay, no one should be celebrating a hat trick when you lose 4-3. And this is a team. We're all in a team. We all play a role. You know, as I say to every employee I meet, I'm on the team. I can do things you can't do. You can do things I can't do.
John, congratulations for the CEO of the Year award. Thank you for your generosity, your openness, your candidness. I think you are a fantastic role model for our Telfer students.